What is up, guys? Just watched the Star Wars 8 The Last Jedi, and, well, I'm gonna review it. My first review ever. That's right. Got my hat ready. Alright, so what did I think about it? Well, there were some scenes that I truly loved. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, by the way. It's best to watch the movie first if you haven't seen it, then watch the video. So, anyway, there were some scenes that I truly loved. It totally surprised me, but there were also some scenes that I didn't really enjoy that much. Just a couple. So, you start out by seeing, well, basically what Revenge of the Sith did. Just start out with some war, type of battle. Well, anyway, you see Poe Dameron and BB-8 trying to battle the actual, well, kind of a Death Destroyer thing. Like, things that you saw in the original trilogy. Well, anyway, General Hux is in it. If you don't know who he is, he's basically that total Nazi from The Force Awakens. So, yeah, what Poe is trying to do is destroy the cannons of the Star Destroyer so that Poe Dameron and the Resistance can escape. Yeah, they complete it, but then you go back to the most important part. Rey and Luke. And if you've seen the end of Star Wars The Force Awakens, you see Rey handing Luke the lightsaber. Well, something weird about this one. Luke actually throws the lightsaber, and he's totally against the whole idea of the Jedi religion now, which at first they don't even explain why. And pretty much for a little while, Rey tries to persuade him to join the Resistance, to teach her the ways of the Force. And yeah, afterwards he does do this, but then he actually gets scared by Rey because of something that she did that showed that she had a bit of a dark side in it. Same thing that Kylo Ren had when Luke was training him, but then you find out more, and was actually a little bit of a disappointment. While Rey is in the island that you see in The Force Awakens, well, you see this type of mirror. Rey goes into that mirror, and there's one of the scenes that I just don't like. It's weird. You actually see multiple hers go into the mirror, and there's like a big line of Reys. It looks weird, and at that time, it didn't even feel like a Star Wars movie. Well, they show her just trying to go forward the mirror, and she just goes and asks herself who are her parents, and, well, they never actually say it. People say that her parents were just scavengers, but I don't think so, because that'd be a really big disappointment. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, for like almost 2 years I've been hoping Luke was Rey's father. At least something like that. Well, anyways, you see, after that whole thing, you go back to the Resistance. Well, Kylo Ren goes to Snoke. Wow, we finally see Snoke in person. But what sucks about Snoke is we don't really find out anything about him. We don't know anything about him. I thought that he'd be basically like Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious, which is the same person. But, well, he'll never be as memorable or as powerful, but still, though. He, like, does his best to insult Kylo Ren, who now calls himself Ben Solo, which is his real name. So, he destroys his helmet out of anger, even though the helmet looked totally awesome. I mean, I once tried to buy it, but I decided not to. So he goes ahead and attacks the Resistance by himself. And there's that scene that really touched me. He knew that his mother, Princess Leia, or Leia Organa, pretty much general now, is there, and he didn't shoot. I didn't think he would. I mean, he already killed his father. Spoiler alert. And he didn't. She was shot, though. Not by him, but by other people of the First Order. Other, what are they called? Death Troopers. But she survived. She survived. She's in space. And that's what's cool, because in the original trilogy, you never really see Princess Leia use the Force. And in this one, she does. She moves in space, which was a totally awesome scene. So she's basically in a concussion or something. Like, yeah, she literally passed out. But she was still alive, which really surprised me. Because my mom, she's a Star Wars fan too, and she actually thought that he would kill Leia. Well, she survives. And anyway, we go back to Finn, and he wakes up. He actually wakes up, and he tries to escape right away. I was like, why? I mean, I know he tried to escape in The Force Awakens, but now he's actually with the Resistance. So anyway, he meets this person named Rose while he tries to escape. Of course, she tases him for trying to escape. And then they both find out something, that they have a plan on how to destroy Snoke's starship. I don't know how they call it. They don't call it anything. They just call it Snoke's ship. That the way they destroy it is by just putting in a code. And they find out this person named Master Codebreaker, which is found in a casino. Yeah, a casino in a Star Wars movie. And that's what bothered me the most. I mean, they go to this casino, but that didn't feel like Star Wars at all. That's one more disappointing scene. When I saw it, I didn't even feel like I was watching a Star Wars movie. It didn't really feel so special to me. This movie, in my opinion, was still good though, but just that scene, So anyway, after Rey's training herself while Luke is also training her, that goes on for a while, but then she finds out that there are these books for the Jedi religion, even though Luke just hides them in this type of tree wooden fortress kind of thing. Well, anyway, Rey leaves after a while, but right before that, she finds out a dark secret. And the entire time, Rey and Ben Solo are able to see each other through their minds. And Ben Solo reveals something to her, that Luke actually tried to attack him. Well, I was like, what? That does not sound like something Luke would do. Well, anyways, it's true. It actually did happen. Rey goes to Luke and asks if it actually happened. Well, yes. I mean, but then he admits why he did it. It was because he sensed the dark side in him. He was scared, and he didn't actually try to kill him. I mean, he did, but then when he saw him, he stopped himself. And then, well, Ben Solo pretty much destroyed his fortress, thinking Luke's dead, but he's not. Of course, he survived. So anyway, Rey goes to Kylo Ren, and they both go to Snoke. I hate that name, Snoke. Well, anyway, Ben Solo decides to join Rey, and I was happy. Like, that's awesome. I'm glad. And, well, he kills Snoke. That's right. Just using the Force. But then Ben Solo actually wants to leave everything and, destroy the entire balance and create his new empire. Rey says no, of course. And then they fight for a lightsaber, which breaks its... I was like, no! Luke's lightsaber, Jesus Christ, why? I mean, that's like, it's like in Harry Potter when they destroyed his wand, it's something that's been seen for years and is one of the most popular props in history, and seeing it destroyed, that brought a whole new meaning to everything. So anyway, you go back to Luke's island, and then you see something that I've wanted to see for a while. You actually see Yoda as a ghost. And if you've seen the trailer, you know that Luke wants the Jedi to end. He believes that that whole thing is over. Nobody should follow the religion. And, well, Yoda agrees. He actually destroys the fortress that holds the Jedi books. And that really surprised me. I mean, Yoda is literally one with the Force. So is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it shows that there is a dark side in everyone. Even Yoda. But there's still a light side. And, you know, keeps it as a balance. Just like the Sith, the Empire, the Resistance, you know, the light side. So, anyway, again, Kylo Ren, alone now, knowing that Rey won't join him, goes to attack the Resistance, but that's just one thing. The Resistance had nowhere to hide, because even using light speed, they could still find them in like 30 seconds. So they actually find the Rebel base from The Empire Strikes Back, and that's pretty cool actually. You know, brings some nostalgic memories, and you know, good memories. That's good job. And well, while they're hiding there, Finn and Rose, turns out they were in jail in the casino. Ray, Rose, not Ray, Finn, Rose, and BB-8. So anyway, while Finn, Rose, and BB-8 are stuck in the prison, they find someone who's a code breaker, and he actually helps them escape the prison, the casino. And one thing I like about these is that they have new creatures that we haven't seen before, and they use these creatures to actually escape, and of course they escape in a ship. How could they not? Okay, so they enter Snoke's ship. I wish it had a name, but it doesn't. So they enter Snoke's ship and they bring the codebreaker, but bam, turns out the codebreaker was in on it the whole time, and he's part of the First Order. So they actually try to escape again. That's kind of one of the things that I don't like. It's all just escape when it comes to them. Finn trying to escape. Finn, Rose, and BB-8 trying to escape the planet, the whole casino, which I still don't like, and them trying to escape the First Order, which ends up with you seeing Captain Phasma, which is pretty cool because I thought she was going to be something big. We've never seen a silver stormtrooper ever, or even with a cape. She looked like something so important, and in The Force Awakens, she didn't really mean anything. She didn't do anything. She didn't help with anything. But in here, you see an epic battle, which is pretty cool. But then she dies out of nowhere, just disintegrated again, having her mean nothing, which makes me to believe that that's just what the movie's trying to do, trying to recreate the trilogy, the original trilogy. The way The Force Awakens was kind of taking stuff from A New Hope, this one's trying to take stuff from The Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope, because there are some scenes that also came from A New Hope. So I think Captain Phasma is like Boba Fett. Looks really cool, looks awesome, is badass, but still dies like a pussy. And, you know, means nothing. I mean, after all, Boba Fett didn't really mean anything. He was a bounty hunter, but he didn't really mean that much. It was actually Jango Fett in the prequels that's right, even Jango Fett did more than Boba Fett. Yeah. So anyway, Finn, Rose, and BB-8 find their way into the Rebel base where the Resistance is hiding, And they formed their plan by having these machines that were in the original trilogy again to stop a type of giant cannon that the First Order had to break down the door that was blocking them, that was protecting them, the First Order, from the Resistance. And you see another one of these cool creatures called, I think they're called crystal foxes. Yeah. So they try to stop the cannon by blocking it. If they block it, you know, it blocks the whole door down. Most of them die, and Finn keeps going while the others that did survive try to stop. But while Finn's going, when you think he's about to die, well, Rose stops him from going, and instead she dies. But before she dies, she gives Finn a little kiss, which kind of ruined my fan fiction with Finn and Rey. Although now there's kind of a fan fiction between Rey and Ben Solo, which I still think they're related in a way. Brother and sister, cousins, I don't know. Yeah. So Rey goes to help, and she destroys all the AT-ATs that were, again, the original trilogy. This whole thing is just giving nostalgic memories, which I do love. So after all this time, you see Luke come back, and he tries to fight them. And well, while they keep trying to shoot him, he just does his badass moves. He survives the whole thing, even though they shoot him with lasers, and he just goes like, which I think is pretty badass. So then it just turns into a personal fight with Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker, and Kylo Ren actually tried to cut him in half, which didn't work because it turns out Luke wasn't even there. Luke was still on the island, just using the Force to make it look like he was there. And this is a scene that I truly loved, because I was happy to see that Luke was alive, and sadly, he died. Not from murder or anything. He died the same way Yoda died, same way Obi-Wan Kenobi died, showing that he was truly one with the Force. He was the Force. And he went peacefully, and I actually wasn't mad. I was happy to see him go so peacefully. I was pissed seeing Han Solo get murdered by his own son, because he's one of my favorite characters. But seeing Luke Skywalker pass away was pretty calm to me. It was one of the best moments in the movie, in my opinion. So anyway, you see Rey afterwards. You see Rey together with Leia, Finn, they're all together. And, well, the First Order left, obviously showing that they're ready for the new battle. And Kylo Ren is leader now instead of Snoke, because, well, he killed Snoke, so he's kind of the leader now. You see Rey, in the end, with the Jedi books, and it turns out, well, she had him the whole time. And, well, you show that they're ready for the next battle, which I think is kind of Rogue One-like, you know, small resistance trying to fight for what they think is right. But then you see kids that were in the casino planet. I don't know what they call it, because, you know, it's a brand new movie. I know everything about Star Wars, just not this one. I mean, I just saw it for the first time 2 days ago. You see them use the Force, and showing that there actually will be a new generation of Jedi, and if not, Rey could possibly be the last Jedi. So that's how the movie ends. What did I think about the movie? It was good. It was amazing. It was awesome to watch. I don't know why people say it was bad. There were some scenes that I didn't like. Again, the casino. There were some things that were taken from The Empire Strikes Back, but that's what they were trying to do anyways. And these new creatures that don't really look like they're in the Star Wars universe, but still. It was awesome to see Ghost Yoda. It was awesome to see Luke Skywalker pass away peacefully, being one with the Force. It was Kind of fun to see Snoke die, to be honest, because he looked like the worst villain, not in a good way. I mean, he looked ugly. He didn't even look menacing at all. He's got to be one of the worst villains I know. Not in a good way again. Like an actual boring way. That's right. I don't like Snoke. I love Darth Vader. I like Kylo Ren. Not as much as Darth Vader. Darth Vader will always be the best villain in movie history, in my opinion. Do I recommend you watch this? Yes, definitely. I don't know why there are so many comments saying it was bad. I loved it. There were just some scenes I didn't like. But still, it's a good movie. I think you should watch it. That's all for now for the Star Wars movies. Let's hope for Star Wars 9 in 2019, which kind of sucks that I have to wait 2 years for this movie. But still, though, I'm kind of worried what they're going to do with Leia. I mean, Carrie Fisher passed away. I mean, rest in peace. But still, they better not do some CGI stuff, because that sucked. Well, anyway, my next video will be a Doctor Who review of the action figure set. Get ready for that. And peace out.